Welcome, everyone. Welcome to finale, take 5. Hey, Densa, what's happening? S7, Curly Lion, what's up, everyone? Lurkers coming into the room. Densa gives up. Hey, Wombat, right at the start. Nice, nice. Welcome, everyone, to our final finale of Horizon Zero Dawn. Today's the day. Today's the day. Hey there, likes. What's up? Hazcat. Jay, when and where will this be viewable? Twitch archive, YouTube, etc. I'm off to work, so I will miss it. I can give you an answer to that, Hazcat. It can't be posted to YouTube until Sunday. Has to be at least a 24-hour delay because of the Twitch affiliate rules. Can't be posted anywhere else for 24 hours. So it will probably make it to YouTube on Sunday. But if you look at past broadcasts on Twitch, it'll be available immediately after the stream. Yes, yesterday was the penultimate finale. Today is the final finale. Likes, you were watching macro photography with the bearded spider. That's pretty awesome, isn't it? Not only is he quite skilled and has a good eye for his subjects, but just macro photography in general is pretty wild stuff. He's got a good setup. So, yeah, I thought we were going to finish this a week ago tomorrow. It's been a nice long ride. I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it tremendously. But I think today is finally the day. I'll eat my shirt if we can't finish today. Ah, no, I won't. I say that and the stream will crash or something. We are going to finish today. We are outside the Nora homelands. After being locked in a cage, dropped into the arena without our gear, took down a corrupted behemoth. Well, we did get our gear back before we were able to do that. We were informed that an army was storming across the land to destroy, burn, pillage everything that remains in the Nora homeland. And so we've gone back. And we're outside the gates. And we ended the stream yesterday with a particularly cool fight that we may or may not get to repeat today, because I had to backtrack to a safe spot. And the corrupted Deathbringer that's waiting just inside the gate. Oh, look, our almost dead Broadhead is still alive. I saw that you posted something, Densa. I didn't listen to it, at least not yet. Found the new theme for the new Spider-Man movies. You like it, huh? I will have to check that out. Look at this armor that we got for Aloy yesterday. The lighting here is not, in this particular spot, is not great for checking out the armor. Everything's smoked out, but, well, you'll get a better chance to see it. I guess I could show it to you on the gear screen here. You can see it over there in the corner. Yeah, that way. Backwards for me. Pretty slick, right? She got the bat mask. I'm Batman. She's Batman. We're Batman. Looks vicious. The idea behind this outfit is that it will serve as a disguise. We're going to do some recapping before we go through the gate. We're also not going to rush through any of this. This is overtime on top of overtime on top of overtime. We probably could have had the game finished in, a cool 40, 50 hours if I wasn't trying to get everything done. Just take it all in. We've got 82 hours in the game, and I'd be thrilled if we could take up most of the scheduled stream time today. And it probably won't be that long. If we get at least 3 hours of this left, I'm happy. If we get 4 or 5, I'm really happy. So far, we've put in 82 hours. We're at 95.83% game completion. There's not much left. We did a little poll yesterday. We had a side quest to go visit Nil. Nil, our friendly neighborhood psychopath and bandit hunter. When we met Nil, he wanted a showdown. Mano a mano. To the death. And apparently declining his request was a valid option to wrap up that quest. We had a little straw poll. Vote was to kill him. We fought and killed.
Are you
Nil.
my nightmare? Or am I yours?
Gotta get used to the timing on that one. Or I can't lip sync it very well, can I? Finale! Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Matthew, welcome, man. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Jay and everyone. And then, yep, we get to talk about it afterwards. Definitely. Yeah, we'll have some overtime. We can run around the world and talk about it for a while, especially if we have plenty of time to spare. I crave. Hello, Jay and chat. I crave more of this. More of this than we've got. This will probably be one of the last things we do. I'd like to have that armor before the very end of the game. Shield Weaver outfit box. Yeah, we're gonna need one more power cell. Help me out today. When I am near the power cell, whatever mission area it's in, feel free to give me a little heads up that I'm nearby and I should be paying attention. Gaming Terry! Hi, Jay in chat. Hello, Terry. Welcome, and happy Friday, everyone. I hope your weeks have been good. Perhaps they're coming to an end here. Do you get to cut loose, everyone? Do you get to cut loose this weekend? What are you doing? We'll be streaming tomorrow, too, but we'll be done with this. And I haven't decided yet whether we're going to spend the day playing The Witcher or play a sort of shorter game, something like Little Nightmares, or I have some other things lined up. I mean, I don't know where we're going with that. It could be Witcher, more of the No HUD Witcher playthrough, but we'll worry about that later. I'll worry about that later. Sometime between now and the start of the stream tomorrow. Likes. I think everybody wishes their bosses would say that. Boss said you don't have to come in if you don't want to. Do you want to? What kind of a question is that? You don't have to come into work unless you want to. So what's your choice? Silly question. Some people say there are no stupid questions. I think there are a few. Happy 3-day weekends. Thanks. I'm out. Yeah, indeed. So we have every skill in the game. We're level capped at 50. We're still getting skill points, but they're no longer going to do us any good. We have all the heavy armor and all the shadow weapons. We've got a sack full of mods, good ones, on top of the good ones that we're already using. We need to empty out part of this resource pack at some point today, as we always do. Rocks, a box of rocks. Literally a box of rocks. Box of rocks. Somebody was naughty this year. What's up, Shags? Hey, Shags. Shags-O-Matic. Ryan, how you doing? It's weird, but it's showing you as offline in follow channels. That is weird. Let's hope for no stream troubles today. The numbers look good so far. DBA Bob, yeah! Here for the finale. What's up, King Bob? I got a question for you, Bob, while you're here and I got your attention. My ass is offline. It might be. You don't know. You don't even know if I'm wearing pants. So for all you know, my ass could be offline. DBA Bob, got a question for you about Edith Finch. If we're gonna play Edith Finch, I want you to be there. What do you know about your upcoming schedule? Straight up, let me know. I want to know when. Might be a good time. I was thinking about we could do a couple shorter kind of, they're exploration games. Well, one possibility is tomorrow, Bob. We could do something like Edith Finch and Abzu tomorrow. Another possibility is, Monday or Tuesday. One of them better. Since it was your pick of games, I don't want you to miss it, man. That's the reason I ask. Tomorrow is great. Tomorrow is great, huh? All right, then. All right, well, let me stew on that. Monday is better? All right, then. Good. You know what? That is perfect. Let's plan that for Monday. Edith Finch on Monday. And since Edith Finch is probably only 2 to 3 hours, we'll either back that up with some extra Witcher or something else. Might decide to do Edith Finch and Abzu next to each other, but they're both supposed to be so good. I might want to separate those a little bit. Give them some breathing room. Let's do it! Excellent. Thank you, Bob. So, with a Witcher Chaser. See? Witcher Chaser's always good. I need to memorize that, the Oxenfurt drunk. Is that when Geralt gets drunk and goes wandering through the streets singing? I think I need to memorize that. I'd sing it right now if I could. So, we are heading into Endgame, and I hope it's a good, long, juicy Endgame. The heart of the Nora. The answers Aloy has sought all her life are finally within her grasp. If she can defeat the Eclipse invasion of the Embrace and fight her way inside the tribe's sacred mountain. What led up to that, you might ask if you haven't been here or missed a few streams. Well, a great deal, but let's back up a couple days to recap. A couple days ago, don't let me miss this either. Dispatchers right there. The story will probably take us there, so I've been told, but I don't want to miss it. We were at the Grave Horde. We were sent to U.S. Robot Command after investigating the ruins of Faro Industries. We learned the plot really started to open up when we learned about the downfall of mankind, and that began at Faro Industries, where we learned that Ted Faro. A couple days ago, we started playing this game. Yeah, this is day 16. Day 16 of Horizon. We've had a nice 3 weeks. Nice, Densa. I'm glad you liked it. And you are highly critical game reviewer, so I'm glad it gets a pass from you. Faro Industries. Huge multinational corporation. Largest, most valuable international corporation, led by the world's wealthiest person, Ted Faro, was in the business of machines, ostensibly peacekeeping machines, but militarized machines, sold to replace human forces increasingly throughout the late 21st century. Humans were being replaced in most sectors of industry, no less so in military. And the robots that Faro Industries built as peacekeeping forces were built with a couple flaws, some intentional, some unintentional. These machines were built with a protocol by which they could convert biomatter. You are biomatter. I am biomatter. Biomatter could be converted to fuel in an emergency. These robots were thereby self-sustaining. They were able to, certain models, the Horus model, is that the Corruptor model? The Horus model was able to reprogram other machines. And somewhere in there, someone coded a glitch, a nasty glitch, which led to the consumption of all biomatter as fuel. And with the self-replication of these machines and their ability to reprogram other machines, it became clear that mankind would not survive. As the conflicts began, the machines turned on man, and there was no way to simply shut them all down. It became a ground war, and an air war, and a sea war, but it became one that could not be won. Projections estimated that within 15 months, all life on Earth would be destroyed. Not just human life, animal life, plant life, oceanic life. It would be a barren wasteland, at which point the machines would go dormant, hibernate, awaiting the time when there was more life to consume for fuel. Well, Ted Faro was responsible for a great deal of that, and the people who worked for him. Elizabeth Sobek, who had severed her relationship with the company previously. Was she a robotic scientist originally? What was her original role? I've lost that somewhere along the way. But Ted Faro contacted her, and she was still active with the government and the military, contacted her and begged for help. When he had no one to turn to, when he saw the end of mankind coming, he turned to Elizabeth Sobek and said, "Help me." And she did listen, and she did have a plan, and she explained to Ted that he was going to use all the resources at his disposal, at his company's disposal, to fund Project Zero Dawn, which was the last option in her mind, and she convinced Ted it was the last resort for humanity. Although he was so horror-struck by the plan that he refused to sign off on it. She had to make it very clear that there was no other choice. That if he did not sign off on funding the project, on supplying resources as needed for the project, that she would make it very clear as humanity fell apart and ceased to exist, that everyone who remained for that demise would know who was responsible. He was backed into a corner, but he also knew it was all that they could do, and he signed off on the project. And so off at U.S. Robot Command, military leaders, along with scientific leaders, led by Elizabeth Sobek, began to lay out Project Zero Dawn. But before Project Zero Dawn could be underway, it would need time. And 15 months is not a lot of time. You're not a fan of Ted Faro likes, huh? We didn't hear much more about Ted Faro after that, did we? After the scenes, the holographic recordings from Faro Industries, have we heard from Ted again? I'm not sure we have. Lots of people have mentioned him, but we haven't heard from him. What's up, Everick? How you doing? Welcome. So at Robot Command, we saw the military leaders talking about all the forces they were sending out into the field to clash with the robots unsuccessfully. Human forces stood no chance against the machines, and yet they were sent into battle after battle. The various theaters of war were all to buy time for Project Zero Dawn. All military forces, it seems, civilian forces now armed, people were sent to die to buy time under the illusion that they could win. Operation Enduring Victory was that its name. Enduring Victory was something of a farce, because there was not to be any enduring, there was to be no victory. Everyone was gonna die, and they knew it. Barbaric to send people into battle knowing that they stood no chance of coming back. Everyone you sent out was going to die. Now, some battles might have gone better than others. Some people may have returned from the front lines, but by and large, every battle was a losing battle. Every battle was to buy time, and everyone was doomed. Project Zero Dawn was set up under what is now the Citadel at Sunfall. Facilities at Project Zero Dawn were elaborate, and people were recruited, drafted, if you will, taken, voluntarily or involuntarily. They were brought to Zero Dawn. Scientists, historians, artists, people representative of mankind, but very heavy on the science because they had a hell of a project to undertake. What we learned at the Project Zero Dawn facility is a little hard to process. With the coming extinction event, not just of human life, but of all life on Earth, what could they possibly do about that? They did not see a way to devise a shutdown of the machines. They did not see a way to destroy the machines in direct combat. They did not see a way to preserve humanity until a later date when some of those problems could be solved. Colonizing another world, space stations, all these things were considered. Some were attempted, but with 15 months, they didn't have a lot of time. Resources, all the personnel they could get their hands on, but not a lot of time. And they devised a phenomenally complex and expansive project. I had already had it in my mind that there was probably going to be some reseeding of life on the planet that took place, but I had no idea what was coming. They devised a tiered program to revive the human race and other life on Earth. They created complex AIs to create machines in the future after mankind had been destroyed. Hold that thought, Everett. I'll get to it. I can answer that for you, but not now. The machines were going to be... Let me restate that. Machines like Longlegs and Grazers, Tramplers, and others, we've assumed throughout much of the game that these were some of the Pharaoh Industries creations. I assumed that. We don't know yet, Matthew. We don't know yet. That's what we don't know yet. Can you tell a bit more about Aloy's Genesis, and what exactly your part is in Zero Dawn Project? Not yet, because we don't know yet. We don't know that yet. Hi, Simpika. The Project Zero Dawn AI, Gaia, was designed to solve many of the problems that humankind could not solve now. It was designed to solve them in the future. Mankind was facing its own demise and knew there was nothing they could do about it. They would all be dead within 15 months. Although a small group of about 2,000 people who worked on Project Zero Dawn, would be allowed to live out the remainder of their lives in a secure facility. But there was never to be any leaving that facility. There was no going back to retake the surface. There was no having children to carry on. There was only the end of life on Earth to deal with and how to recover from that. So they didn't tell the world what their plan was. They told the world they were working on a weapon, a super weapons project to combat the machines. And what they were really working on was a plan to terraform a destroyed Earth and reseed life under the control of a very complex AI and set of subsystems where machines would be created to do the terraforming, and machines would be created to watch over the eventual rebirth of humankind and other animals. It was both carefully planned and not fully planned. A lot of the control about what was to come, the decisions about what to create and when to do it, was left to the machines, the AIs itself. And the AI had a tremendous job to do that they also knew might not succeed, to say the least. But they had to consider not just that it would not succeed, but that it was likely to fail. How do you deal with the likely failure of your last-ditch effort, which can only occur in the future after you're gone? What kind of a caretaker can you make for that? So within Gaia, within the Zero Dawn Project, amongst all the tiers of technology and science, the learnings of humanity that would need to be bestowed upon humans once humans were back, all of that had to be preserved for a very long time. And there had to be a way to reintroduce it functionally, effectively. Humans would have to come back, but they wouldn't know anything. They would have to be taught. Life would come back, but you can't just have all life. Life is a delicate balance. Our biosphere is a very delicate balance. How do you build all that up from scratch? So it was a terraforming in the future project that they knew was likely to fail, as they left much of the control, the learning from the failures in order to succeed again to the machines that they created to do it. And so they built Hades into Gaia and Project Zero Dawn. And Hades' job was to recreate the extinction event in order to provide a clean slate for Gaia after Gaia had failed to do what Gaia was designed to do. So humanity dies, all life on Earth dies, and in the future, the AI builds machines to terraform the Earth and start to reseed it with life. But knowing that that would fail, that the conflict with the machines that remained might pick back up where it left off, that's not the starting point for the rebirth of life on Earth that they wanted. So Hades' job was to take over for Gaia, destroy everything, wipe the slate clean, and then hand it back over to Gaia to try again. Now this has been a bit of a long, meandering, maybe confusing recap. But what we know is that this is hundreds of years after the extinction of all life on Earth. We don't know how many times Gaia might have attempted to reseed life, and how many times that failed, and Hades had to take over and destroy everything so that Gaia could try again. But at this point, Hades wants Aloy dead. We don't know about Aloy's genesis, Matthew. We don't know yet. Aloy was found as a baby by the Nora tribe in one of the only facilities that has not yet been opened. The cauldrons throughout the map. The cauldrons were facilities for building machines. They were sealed. They were part of Project Zero Dawn. And Elizabeth, who was in charge of Project Zero Dawn, shares our face and DNA. Well, what happened to make the robots go nuts 20 years ago, Likes, was a glitch. You know, software has bugs, and the more complicated the software, the more likely it would have bugs. Why did the robots go nuts? A combination of a glitch and an intended protocol by which they could consume life for fuel. They might have been fueled by other sources, power cells, nuclear, solar, whatever it was. They had an alternative source of energy, and that was consuming biomass. And a glitch caused them to consume all biomass on Earth. I wish I could have given a more concise recap, but the story has unfolded a great deal in just the past few days. I'm trying to take it all in. I don't have it all up here. But Hades is out to get Aloy. Hades has instructed the Eclipse, who treat it like a god. Hades has commanded Eclipse, seems to be working with the Eclipse, in an effort to destroy Aloy. And there is a facility where much of this began. I'm not sure I'm on the right spot. It's not that bunker. This was the first ruins. Would these be the ruins they pulled Aloy out of as a child? Short version, shit's fucked up. Dinobots are everywhere. Redhead here's trying to fix it. Thank you. See? Could have saved you all a lot of time. Niam, welcome. Something that may have gone by in the passing in Sobek's presentation, but it's somewhat important, is that Gaia's subordinate functions were not AIs. Advanced programs, yes, but only Gaia was made to be a true AI. That is important. That is important. I'm not even sure I was completely clear on that. One AI, a number of complex, somewhat independent subsystems. The roles were very distinct, but they all had to work together, and Gaia was in control, and Hades could take the wheel if things went badly, and then pass it back to Gaia once we had a clean slate. The Peacekeepers, the Pharaoh machines, did they mate? I believe they were constructed right away to be self-replicating. Machines that could build other machines, I believe, was part of their initial design. We are Woo. Welcome, man. Ginger Power. Yeah. If I missed anyone else coming in, RZD. Hey. Simpika, I'm doing great today. Should drink some water. This has been an exceptional story, although most of it has come in the past few days. Hello, Jake. Hello, everyone. So there is a facility that has not been opened. At the start of the game, Aloy, well, not at the start of the game, but near the beginning, when she had grown up, she went to one of these facilities, and it scanned her and her DNA and found a match. But there was a problem. There was a corrupted registry, and the door did not open. Of all the facilities that we visited, only one has not been opened, as far as I know. And that's what we're trying to open now. Her focus was destroyed by the Eclipse. But Silence, the mysterious voice who's been piping into our focus for the past week, Silence, who used to work with the Eclipse, is a bit of a hacker himself, and he had been tapping into the Eclipse focus network gathering a lot of information. He's been monitoring Aloy and monitoring everything that she did, all the data that she collected. And so he happened to be grabbing a copy of everything she processed in the Zero Dawn facilities, and he supplied her with a new focus. Was it his son's? Supplied her with a new focus with all of the data intact. And with that data, the uncorrupted registry data, they should be able to get into the facility here. And yes, likes the DNA match between Aloy and Elizabeth Sobek was not just close, it was almost perfect. And there's got to be something to that. I've long suspected that Aloy was some sort of a clone of Elizabeth Sobek, but we don't rightly know, not yet. This guy's almost dead, by the way, this broadhead, unless he magically healed overnight. If the broadhead's still here, I don't think the Deathbringer will have returned. But where those cultists are standing, there was a corrupted Deathbringer yesterday. And while a number of people suggested sneaking by it in the water, we fought it, we took it head on. We fought in the riverbed, it was spectacular. Of course, we're quite over-leveled for that. But it was still one of the tougher machines we've encountered in the game, and it was a good fight all around. Did they fix your mount? I'm not sure. I think it just sort of stopped sparking. I'll bet you it's still almost dead. If it gets involved in the fight, it's going to go down quick anyways. We could sneak past all this. We're supposed to go that way. Let's kill some corruptors. Well, that worked well. Hello, Miss Misery, welcome. How are you doing today? Oh, nice shot. We didn't sneak past this Y again, because I want to fight. Because we got more time than we need today. Because more robots gotta die. Though it was asked yesterday when we learned that many of the machines we've been fighting were actually the creations of Project Zero Dawn, and not a creation of Pharaoh Industries. And not part of the so-called Pharaoh Plague that was all the corrupted machines. That there is a little bit of sadness. Many of the machines, the ones which became deranged, as it's been described, the deranged machines began as functional terraforming robots created by Gaia for Project Zero Dawn. Field testing my new armor. Yeah, I'm picking fights with everyone today. So, what is so awesome in this stealth armor? It is not stealth armor. What does this armor have going for it? Pure appearance. It has 3 mod slots, but it has no special properties. It doesn't defend against ice or corruption or fire or melee or ranged. We added a couple stealth mods to it, so we get a tiny bit of a stealth boost, but its purpose is a disguise. If we go back to Sunfall, where the Eclipse operate out of, we will need a disguise that is Shadow Stalwart, and we were actually given a lesser piece. Shadow Stalwart, that's what we were at first given. Nice light bat mask, but we got the heavy version of it now. It's so we won't be recognized as that crazy Nora Ginger who's come to destroy the Eclipse if we go back. I Crave, it does have certain properties. Oh, that's right. Steals its wearer against blinding and sonic effects. Thank you. Good point. It does have a bit of a special property. Blinding and sonic effects are only used at times by certain machines, so it's pretty specialized. You're correct.
Devastated. For years,
The sound and the flashbang debuffs. What about the ones we were getting hit by? We were getting hit by a couple things that seemed sonic back on the rock. Did it provide some protection from that? There wasn't a flashbang, but...
Heard the embrace so quiet. So good.
I'm sorry, I was talking over Aloy, but she's whispering. She's really not speaking up. But no, she's here not just to save the Nora, to make sure none of the Eclipse survive. Sonic is the stuff that makes her hold her ears and the sound go beep. Separate from the flashbang, I'm not sure I can place that. I have to have experienced it, but I can't in my head actually place that. So much for Silent Strike. Oh, nice. If you don't full draw a bow, it will not go on target.
Find cover.
Look at that, we're level 50, they're level 6, and they can still do that much damage. It gets all foggy and the sound muffles. Isn't that the flashbang? Screen goes white, she can't see it, she moves very slowly. Is that not all the same thing? Beady Gray, what's up? Roar! Happy Friday, man.
Looks like I'm clear.
Why? This will not go well for you.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah. Thank you, Wombat. Sonic was like what Dervahl was using on Ursa. Now I think I got you. I think I can place it now. Beady Gray, I'm good, man. How about you?
Quietly.
Yo!
Long-legged birds and the stormbirds also have sonic attacks as waves of force. Yeah, that sounds right. Maybe it all leaked out. Maybe, Wombat, maybe I busted his blaze tank and it all spilled out on the ground. There was nothing to collect, nothing intact. Aloy has spoken up a few times about the destruction of her lands that she sees around her, but she's almost whispered every line. And I have, not meaning to, I've spoken over her while she was doing that. I'd like to hear what she thinks. Oh, almost.
Keep quiet now.
She's getting good at this! Yeah, don't stand in the corruption, though. This is not bad, right? I crave? Not bad. I know what you're getting at. I know what you're, the scene you're talking about. Oh, he took it out in one stab. Corrupted Scrapper. No longer any match for Aloy. I haven't been carrying that much meat. This is why I've been buying potions. I never have the right amounts of meat. We were able to craft a few potions yesterday, but mostly I've just been buying them.
We might have trouble.
Thick Gundam Warlord, what's your favorite sound in this game? Favorite sound? That's a good question. I'm not sure I can tell you off the top of my head. What's your favorite sound in the game? It might be one of those sounds when parts break off a machine. Maybe the trap blast arrows, that kind of hum with a little pop at the end. That might be my favorite. Oh, question, question I said I would get back to, right?
Down over here. Doesn't look good.
What was the worst job I ever had? Was the first job I ever had.
Got a dead body over here.
Yes, it's yours! How do you like that? It was working for a, fast food place, which is kind of like a Boston market. The place called Chicken Out. So it was food service. It was a food service job where I had to climb into a rotisserie oven at the end of the day to clean it out, scrub it out with goggles and heavy rubber gloves on because the cleaning stuff was so caustic. My very first job was my very worst job.
already gone.
And we're not going to be able to take out a sawtooth in one silent strike. We don't even get a silent strike option, huh? Okay. Oh, yes we do. Thank you for getting so close. Thank you for playing along. Whoa, that thing spazzed out. Come on. Take your medicine. Those actually missed him. All three of those sticky bombs actually missed him. Maybe not. The hell, is she climbing on the bot? She's climbing on the bot. What's with that? No, she's climbing on the rope. She's just animated to the bot. Good win. Hey, OJ, Kemi and I say hi to you and chat. Hello to you and Kemi. Goodwin, what's up? What's good? Ah, the ambience. Okay, there's a better, that's a better answer. Gundan Warlord. Oh, thick Ugandan Warlord. I didn't, nice name. I didn't see the U in there before. Okay, the ambiance. You win. The ambiance is better. I thought you were referring to something like a particular noise or sound effect. If I can answer the music, the ambiance, the sound of just being here in the world, then yeah, you're right. That's it. Tall necks walking, that's pretty good. Niam agrees with you, Wombat.
I'll tuck that away.
This is Aloy's cleansing of her homeland. Considering things are on fire, she should probably work with a little more urgency. But if everything's gonna die, then everything's gotta die. He was about to notice. The very last thing he ever did in his life was go, "What's that sound?" Ha!
Wet. But I tan this leather well. It'll keep.
She says she tanned the leather well. Aloy, you become quite the badass. Easy does it. What fantastic animations they have for combat and movement. Damn. He's hardy. He's hardy!
Get out of their way for now.
As we get closer, they're getting tougher. Now they're all elites.
Can't have gotten far. Look around.
Oh, nice. Very nice. Don't like that sound. What found her? Something happened right behind her. I'm not even clear on what it was. I need to be a little conservative with my healing items just because if we're gonna pick fights and kill everything on the way in, I'm sure there's gonna be some fights we can't opt out of. We're gonna want some healing items for that. You tying your shoe? Now you don't need to worry about it. See? Made your life easier. Uncorrupted machines. Make the sacred land sacred again. I think we can get behind that. Okay. Snow on the ground, sleet and rain in the air. That's some nasty weather. Now my goal is not to get him just to fight with his buddy over there. That's what's gonna happen. He came late. I was hoping to get a couple allies as we work through the eclipse. Finish him off so you can come with me. Get up, your work's not done. Fortunately, machines that you've overridden
We're done soon enough.
cannot be directly controlled, and you cannot make them follow you. So he won't be coming along as much as I'd like him to. He's just gonna stay there. Not exactly a fearsome minion, no. Now we can override much bigger machines. There just aren't too many in these parts. The Nora lands were really... you could look at it as a game mechanic. It's a starter area, so things had to be more tame. But the Nora, I think someone called them the Amish yesterday. She did it again. She whispers so quietly. It took me a minute to realize she was speaking. The Eclipse have smashed everything, burned everything. They're gonna pay. But the Nora shunned all technology. They stayed as far away from the machines as possible, feared them all, avoided them all, forbid their own people from exploring the ruins of the old metal world. Yeah, where's the Thunderjaw when you need him? You said it. We haven't used the Rattler much. I want to use the Rattler. Pull out the Blast Sling for a moment, because I also want to use the Tripcaster here. Not good. Move! Oh, that's a different one. Damn. I am striking out with those Tear Blast arrows. Where'd your buddy go? Let me get the guy in the back. One who's almost dead. You're guarding him. You're protecting him. Too bad you can't knock these. You can knock them down. Good God. I just missed with about 12 Tear Blast arrows. They can't throw rocks through rocks. I think they just did. Wrong ones. Why doesn't it know that I'm right here? Shit. Those split right around the part I was trying to hit. Because I didn't have a full draw on the bow. That's not gonna work. We do sort of have a machine gun now in the Rattler. I haven't had a lot of practice with it. Well, that was messy. Hello!
Found him!
Come get some!
I see ya!
I see you too.
Only one way out of this.
Oh, there's a few.
A gift from the shadow. Shadow. Why? Go around.
Still sniffing around. Gonna need this. off you go.
Oh! Too slow! Should have attacked when you had the chance. Queen Eva! No, we did not finish yesterday. We had a really good run of it, though. Happy Friday to you. How are you doing? No, right now Aloy is working her way back into her homeland and killing everybody along the way. Everybody. Did you say Thunderjaw? Did you say Thunderjaw before, Wombat? Boy, we're gonna have our work cut out for us. The Rattler was pretty fun. At least up close. But even its description said it was when accuracy was not really required.
It's a corrupted Thunderjaw, all right. The survivors must be holed up in the mountain. If the tunnel collapses, they'll be buried. I'll never reach the hatch.
That's right! Bring down the mountain! You dug your own grave, son! You'll be buried in there! When their nest cracks open, we'll send in the demons to finish the job.
Deathbringer laying there near the Thunderjaw, but what we're gonna want to do is take the Thunderjaw's guns. Really, we're gonna want to do that first. If I drop prox mines in there, they'll probably see me. I kind of want my opening shot to be ripping one of the disc launchers off the Thunderjaw, which will probably take more than one shot.
We'll leave their corpses to rot in there when all's done.
We could throw a couple of prox mines out here. They might not see those. Now, they probably won't walk through that fire, will they? This might be a little short-sighted on my part that I laid it out in front of all that fire. Here we go. Okay, fine. Fine then. Forget my setup.
Now!
For Aloy!
For our mother!
Was that predictable? I didn't see it coming.
Varl.
I thought it was gonna be a straight-up fight.
They're
What have
still
you
alive.
done? Where's all my shit? Oh my god.
May the goddess remember!
Oh, disc guns are already gone. Okay. Maybe that first one worked after all. right, where's its other one? Pick it up! Oh, 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 oh!
The corruption will not take hold!
Not if I have anything to say about it.
Finish them!
Cruel but beautiful.
We did it!
She's become a killing machine. It's like nothing can stand in her way anymore. I like that she actually yelled that. Finish them! Think I can get my traps back? I bet they're gone. They could be there though. No, they're all still there. Sweet.
Keep that for later.
My super silly trap setup. That wall of fire should have been a guess. They weren't gonna come walking through that wall of fire. It was meant as a deterrent. And I didn't even see it as anything but just another bit of burning. This it? Is this All Mother Mountain? As a child, as a baby, Aloy was found in front of the metallic doors inside All Mother Mountain. And the voice that came out of the computer there, well, Honora don't know a computer from a god. And so when a voice from nowhere speaks, that's what they heard. And this became known, if we're in the right place, the place I think we are, became known as All Mother Mountain. And Aloy, the child, was found there. All Mother Mountain, Aloy with no mother but the mountain. How did that come to be? And she was put into the care of Rost, an outcast of the tribe. We don't know why Rost was cast out. Not yet. I think we're gonna find out.
Seeker. Aloy, your deeds reenact the old stories. Another metal devil struck down upon the slopes. If you hadn't returned, the tribe would have been lost.
Weird that they rejected her for that, was it though? Wombat, was it really that strange? A baby that they don't understand where it came from? Or are you suggesting maybe she should have been extremely sacred to them as a child because of where she was found? Yeah, okay, yeah, here's a gift from God, so throw it out, why don't you? All right, I hear you. I think I'm with you. That is a little weird the more you think about it. Matthew, I've never really played Mortal Kombat games. Maybe some old ones.
You saved the tribe. Did what no brave or war chief could do.
I'm glad to see you're all right, Varl. You are all right.
Since the proving. So much death. Is the killing over?
For now, but this was just one battle, Varl. There are more to come.
I see. So long as we have you to fight with us, I suppose we'll make do.
How many survived the attack?
Nearly all the matriarchs, and many families, goddess be praised. But braves, just a few, and most of them are wounded. Never before has an enemy stabbed the heart of our people like this. Even the Karja, in all their red raids, never broke through to the Embrace.
Well, this enemy may have broken through, but they never got back out. We made sure of that. Tell me about the attack. What happened?
They struck from the east. Our sentinels saw the killers coming. Said that beside them marched Deathbringers and Corruptors and other machines, driven mad. We took ground, met them with clouds of arrows. Some fell, but they kept coming. Finally, we withdrew to the gates of the Embrace to make our stand. But they were too much for us. Those who survived fell back to the mountain.
So the survivors took shelter in the mountain? By law, only matriarchs are allowed inside.
It was Tirsa who broke the taboo, ordered the tribe into the mountain for safety. Lansra, well, she didn't agree. But I don't think anyone heard her over all the screams and shouting.
Tirsa's decisions saved lives. Good for her. Common sense isn't always so common around here. Are your injuries serious?
Bruises pale. Bones heal.
Don't give me a hunting song, Varl. Are you okay?
My body aches, but it's nothing that will keep me from fighting.
I need to go inside the mountain.
And the matriarchs will be eager to see you.
I'm sure. But I didn't come here for them.
And wait till they
Then-
see.
What for?
Well,
You will see.
you'll see. We're all gonna see. Bruises heal. Bones mend. But that haircut is gonna suck for a long, long time. I did not connect All Mother Mountain with Cheyenne Mountain. That's something to think about, isn't it? Makes sense. U.S. Robot Command was one of the facilities.
Here.
In fact, all of the important U.S. military facilities in the area have had been repurposed by Zero Dawn.
I had little hope before I saw you, Seeker. But perhaps now we have a chance.
It was brave of you to come back here, Seeker. After everything.
There was a time when we had to escape from All Mother Mountain after the proving. We explored here. We even found a power cell in here. Something tells me we're not just going to find another, but I'm looking around for a bit. We were here after the proving, after the attack on the proving that killed so many in the Nora tribe. You know, Likes, I never saw Deep Impact. Deep Impact came out around the same time as Armageddon, right? We were getting all the Meteor movies.
Seeker, how you reached us, I'll never know.
Are we all going back to All Mother?
We'll see.
My brother is a brave. I don't know what happened to him.
hole in the ground. Not quite.
The Matriarchs led us here to die. How could this have happened? All-Mother, please forgive your wayward children.
So many wounded, so many dead.
My sons. Oh, Goddess, my poor boys.
Seeker, how you reached us, I'll never know.
Secure containment hatch. Titanium meta alloy.
I'm here.
Gene locked entry via Identiscan. Meta alloy. Sea Star. Happy Friday. You made it for the end. KJ in the starship. Happy Friday. It's cool. It's so cool. Sea Star, so glad you could make it. You haven't missed too much. I took a very slow roll coming in here to the Nora grounds. They were ravaged and set alight by the Eclipse forces. But we fought through them, killed every last one of them.
Oh, you've returned.
And now we've arrived here at All-Mother Mountain, where as a baby Aloy was found in front of that door. Earl.
You should speak to the matriarchs. They're waiting.
In a moment. I meant to ask you some things.
Of course.
I think these should be the same. We spoke to him outside. They seem to have come back as options, but they're the same, right?
So the survivors took shelter in the mountain? By law, only matriarchs are allowed inside.
It was Tirsa who broke the taboo. Ordered the tribe into the mountain for safety. Lansra, well, she didn't agree. But I don't think anyone heard her over all the screams and shouting.
Tirsa's decision saved lives. Good for her. Common sense isn't always so common around here.
See how they all just went gray? We had this conversation
I should speak
outside.
to the High Matriarchs.
Yes, they're waiting for you.
It is.
We'll talk later.
Eastar, do you like our bat suit? Not just the hat. She's the bat. She's come home.
Aloy, you've come back. The Seeker has returned. So, you have finally returned.
She not only returned, but fought her way through many enemies to reach us. Outside, she brought low a corrupted Thunderjaw. She lifted the siege.
How was this done? By the will of All-Mother. Have you returned to speak with the goddess, Aloy?
Yes, I guess you could say that. I think it'll work this time.
Sisters, surely we cannot permit this. Because of her, our tribe teeters upon extinction. What if she has come to wake her father, the Metal Devil? She means to finish our destruction. We must stop her.
You'd already be dead if it wasn't for her. She wanted to finish your destruction. Lansra doesn't think things through very clearly. She's terribly, terribly afraid.
Lansra, it's over. It's time to step aside. I'm not gonna hurt you. If there's anything I've learned since the Proving, it's that there are bigger evils in this world than you. Finally.
Hold for Identiscan. Error. Alpha registry corrupted. Correction. Alpha registry restored. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Soka. You are clear to proceed.
Cradle 9, Brood 1, Eleuthia. I'm sorry if I missed some conversations there in the previous room. You saw I was talking to many people on the way in. For some reason when I got to the big room, it did not occur to me that there might be some unique conversations here and there. So I may have missed some conversations with some people we've crossed paths with. I like the helmet a good deal, but I'm gonna hide it again. I'm gonna hide it again because I think we're gonna get a number of cutscenes. I want to see Aloy's face in those cutscenes. I'm gonna go ahead and hide that awesome headpiece. I want to see as much of her expressions as we can get. I imagined it would be something like that, Niam, when you said it, and I realized I had already moved forward. We helped a lot of people, and some of them are bound to be grateful. Remember,
I see you're inside.
Figured I might be hearing from you.
Shall we begin?
Yes.
I never stopped.
Never stopped. Before we step in, I wonder if we have in our notebook, if I could locate amongst the data points, something about this part of the project. Not sure I can find it because they're usually named after people. These are hologram data points, different robots, records, dialogues, bios. Cradle sealed. Odyssey has failed. I assume this these ultra weave trials, maybe that resulted in the armor that's locked away. Okay, maybe I won't find it in here.
So this is Eleuthia. This is where I was born.
Want to take a closer look at the drawings. Made, not born. She was made. Eleuthia. I think you can scan the thing on the floor in the entry room. Oh, and there's something right behind me, too. Hey, it's our third stranded item. You said entry room. I don't know if you mean the one I'm heading towards or if there was actually something in here I could scan. I'm double checking. Got a sealed door. The door we came through. So what do we see here? There's a little girl standing behind that machine, holding it by the legs, like a child might hide behind a parent. In fact, these already look not so much like primitive cave paintings, but more like a child's drawings. The scribbles, the stick figures, and some stuff that is a little bit more. Those many arms reaching out. Got the one figure in the middle, but then you have all these other arms. Something happened to the machine. And they all look sad or scared. They do, don't they? Well, the facilities here, quite intact. More paintings on the walls. We'll get to those. Well,
these are artificial wombs.
The mothers of a new generation hundreds of years ago.
And me.
Well, don't take them all right away, Bob. You might need some for the long haul.
So this was it?
Where you were born.
But why?
Incubator unit of advanced design, ectogenic chamber B1001, birthing logged 3021 AP04. Complete. Standing by. Are they still working? I wouldn't be surprised. I think they are, or could be. Gestation 39B1. Spawning phase tasking complete. Correction, partial reactivation. Standing by. Alert, viable zygotes in storage, 0. They ran out of eggs. Ran out of eggs. Think about that for a minute. Maybe Aloy was not the first attempt at whatever she is, whatever she represents to the project. Maybe Aloy was not the first, but was rather the last. The last attempt. How many attempts had there been? And what happened to them? But there is no chance of any more if there are no eggs. It was the last. We see life, animal life, back on Earth. Bearded Spider! Thank you for the host, Spider! And our first look at corruption in these paintings. The red corruption. The corruption has been symbolized by red throughout. Someone drew of the corruption of the machines and of what the machines did to the people. people worshipping? Or being led by? By what? What is the place you're in now? Seastar, this is All Mother Mountain, where Aloy was found as a child outside the blast doors we came through on the way in. Hi, kitty. Hi, kitty. We haven't seen any cats. Whoever drew these knew of cats. But as Niam pointed out, this is All Mother Mountain, basically Cheyenne Mountain, otherwise known as NORAD. Zekers, I'd love to do a cartwheel. Fortunately, I had a spinal fusion in March. I won't be doing any cartwheels anytime soon. If Aloy could do a cartwheel, I'd indulge you right now. But if Aloy could do cartwheels, you better believe I've been doing them. I would have been doing them throughout.
These look like cribs.
The cradles of a cradle facility.
And those things, the multi-servitors, they took care of them.
There was no one else.
What cribs is she looking at? Cribs are... Oh, they got a whole nursery. Yeah, the servitor machines were to be the caretakers of the humans that were grown, gestated. I do. Westerly fool. Live in Colorado, yes. I love it when games and movies cross over with the places I've lived or been. I grew up in Manhattan and now live in Colorado, and there have been plenty of stories to take place here, but I love it when the games do. Humans raised by robots, with an AI in charge, as a way of bringing Earth back from the annihilation of all life. An AI that builds robots, robots that terraform, robots that grow humans, robots that care for those humans, and a vast databank of knowledge that was meant to prop humanity back up again. Westerly fool, thank you for the follow. Welcome aboard the starship. Welcome, welcome. You get a welcome for Westerly fool. Hope you enjoy your stay. Nursery E9B1. Nurture phase tasking complete. Nutrient stores depleted. Wow. Between the last, we ran out of eggs, and this nursery, we ran out of nutrient stores. You see where that's going? I think I see some of where this was going. If Aloy was created and was not the first, and there's a nursery and a great deal of information in here, maybe she was put outside by the servitors. Maybe it was determined by Gaia that with no more chances, no more eggs, no more nutrients to raise a baby, to a child, into an adult, they had no choice. Gaia had no choice. It was the last. She was the last. And Gaia could no longer raise her because the resources were depleted. And Gaia could no longer replace her because the eggs were depleted. It would seem Gaia had to make a decision. And Gaia put her out for the tribes to find. A last-ditch attempt. Truly last-ditch attempt.
Another day has passed.
You mean the lights got dim? I don't want to sleep, Mother!
I know, but it is time to get some rest.
No, I'm king today. What I say goes. I want to see the real sun, not lights and pictures.
You will, in time, children.
In time, in time, in time, in time, in time, in in time, in time, in time.
That scream. Wow. So not just one child at a time, but children, perhaps many children, were raised here. People climbing a tower. Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria. Trees and wind, sun and rain and grass. Who are those people? RZD, thank you for the host. Look, they've even drawn bees. Bob only validates my life choices. Shags, that scream is yet another reason why I do not have kids. It's a good thing that there are some people who are born equipped to deal with that stuff. Mothering instincts, what would we do without them? Lesson 57, 6A.
Blue is the color of the sky. White is the color of clouds. Yellow is the color of the sun. Green is the color of grass. Flowers can be any color. Take a look. These are yellow and black, and they love flowers. Here they come. Bzz, bzz, bzz.
Buzz, buzz, buzz.
So this is where they lived? It's a mess. Everything's broken or painted on. How long did they live here?
Starting to think it was a very long time. Project Zero Dawn was not just thinking about the future, it was thinking about a great deal of time that might pass before the project could succeed. It must have had a great many eggs and a lot of nutrients. How long were they here? Kindergarten, E9B1. Multiple system failures. Nutrient stores depleted. See? Terry's in the mix. Squashed between I have the maternal instinct of a brick. I have a strong maternal instinct but don't particularly like children. See? We got some people who love kids. As long as some of us love kids, we will hopefully survive. We'll have to avoid killing each other. That too.
Children, let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Leave us alone, Father.
After what just happened, I can't leave you two alone. You broke community rules.
Just let us talk then. Go away.
I'm sorry, children, but I must provide supervision.
You're not even a person.
You sound frustrated. Let's run and jump and blow off steam.
Let's run and jump and blow off steam. So the servitors raised them, really did raise them up. At least to young adulthood. Raised them, taught them how to speak and about the world. And they had plenty of toys. Fatal flaw. Servitors were not programmed to handle teenagers. Oh, let me in.
I have no choice but to release you.
But why?
There is no food here anymore.
But there's food Out there?
We don't know for sure.
Come on, let's go!
I don't know.
Mother, can we come back? If we're cold?
I'm sorry, but that won't be possible. You will have to support yourselves now, and take care of each other.
What will happen to you?
I will stay here, and sleep, and remember all of you.
What will happen to us?
You will be brave, and you will learn.
So when they ran out of food, they had a number of people they had already raised up that Gaia had to let go and to send out into the unknown world. Makes me wonder about all the tribes. Is that where the tribes that we see now came from? Were they released when the project ran out of food? And that calls again into question, how is it that Aloy, as a baby, was the last? If they had already run out of nutrients, maybe they had run out of nutrients before they used their final egg. They knew when they... Gaia knew when the food was gone that no one else could be reared, but maybe they could still gestate one final egg. Being that we share the DNA of Elizabeth Sobek, the special egg indeed.
Someday. That's what you always say.
We want it now.
It's big down there.
Now, Father.
Children, that area is not yet available.
Get him!
Physical aggression detected. Physical aggression is not permitted.
Except yours. Damn sentinels.
Children, may I be of assistance?
Go away, healer.
Lena, you have suffered mild bruising.
Go away!
They were trapped here. Their whole lives.
In plain view of luxurious space.
What went wrong? Why couldn't they access the other areas?
Unknown. But you won't have that problem.
The remains we're seeing here, if you haven't noticed, are not human remains. They're machine remains. The servitors. Presumably now defunct. I guess these are the servitors. Could be the servitors. Disciplining the children, perhaps? Or corrupted now. The servitors, did they become corrupted? I'm just thinking out loud. The images here are about the same as some of the images over there.
Looks like they didn't like this door very much.
It wouldn't open for them. Of course they hated it.
Part of the facility was sealed. What part of the facility? What happened to the other kids? Do we know? Well, it would seem that when the facility ran out of food, it released them into the wild. We saw that with the adolescents. What would have happened to anyone younger? I'm going to run around to the other side before we try to get through that door. The facility could do nothing more for them. They would starve in here. The facility had no choice but to cut them loose. There was no going the other way. Okay. It didn't calculate for teenage angst. Yeah. That's a difficult one to grasp for humans. I imagine humans programming a machine would be unable to bestow an understanding of something that we have so much trouble with. Maybe the AI learned, though.
Hold for identiscan. Genetic identity confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. You are cleared to proceed. Welcome to the Lyceum, a place of learning.
And on that note, I'm going to torture you all with a break. Not because I want to torture you, but because I should have taken a break 20 minutes ago. We're going to take one now. 5-minute break, nothing too long. Go stretch your legs. I'm going to go stretch mine, feed the dogs. I'll be right back. If anyone is taking off during the break, have yourselves an excellent Friday. But I hope you're not going anywhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. See you in a few minutes.